It's Directo himself here, Mr. Monteneghetto, coming at you with more Forza lobbies. This time I'm playing in the morning. This was a couple of days ago when I was feeling more ill than I feel right now. So as you can see, it's the morning. We're sitting on a good old please wait logo, just waiting to get in. Eventually get in to ABCs. I was trying to do SUV juggernauts just to do something better, but you know how it is. So Road America, ABCs, I'm in C-Class here, driving a Plymouth GTX, the one that doesn't really go around corners, but yeah, power build. Oh, I'm so clogged up. So I kinda overshoot the first corner. It's my first race of the day, it's not just like first race of the video. So yeah, I overshoot that. Giving chase now. I'm in 4th, just giving chase to a 350. And you just hit that corner very nicely, considering the Carmen. Then you really see that even though this is a power track, this car is even more of a power build. It's insane. So I'm just passing it 150, which is like what most of my C-classes top out at. He's off a bit. Over to the braking again because it's not that good, but I keep myself on the track this time. I'm a bit wobbly on the exit and I almost hit the Evo 6. Catching up with the S2000 I believe, yes it's an S2000. And the Evo 6 is just going to be right in behind me. I kind of feel like I'm holding the guy up a bit, but I got to do my race, you know. In the back it a little bit there. As I head down the hill, this is going to be a very difficult braking part for me. I think I do overshoot it, yeah I do end up in the grass a little bit. Nothing too bad though. So anyway, I lose a place there, giving chase to these two guys. They're going to remain as my main competitors for most of the race. There is a guy catching up with me, but he's in B class I think. He's just going to go on past, but he doesn't because my car's that quick, so I just brake a bit early, let him through, no collisions. And I'm catching back up with him again, but I'm never going to break him anyway, so it's okay. Getting so much header lag here, it's insane. Oh yeah, and I run a bit wide there. Luckily there's a bit of tarmac, so I'll keep myself alive. Going to get into that corner rather nicely, but on the exit I kind of screw it up a little bit. And then I brake into the final corner. Now I've reached the straight, and here we go. This is where my car really fits in. 120-ish past him. I'm going to come absolutely screaming past this guy at 140, and that's pretty much the race. So next race, I'm in C-Class again, but there's only two of us. It's me versus this guy in the Dodge Charger SRT. I'm going to come straight up the right of him. I'm going to brake. He's just going to clock me as if I'm not even there. I do kind of hit him a bit, but I didn't really have much of a choice. Braking here. And that guy is pretty much gone. I take off. It becomes a pretty boring race because it's just me and him, and this guy is nowhere near my pace. A bit further on I even go into cockpit view and just start driving. As you can see, he's dropped back to like 1,000 feet, coming towards the end of lap 2. Absolutely no competition for me. This is in the morning, remember, so lobbies are a bit quieter. They're also a bit cleaner, I've noticed. Coming towards the end of the race, you can see I have a good few thousand feet on them. I like to dodge these cars at the end because sometimes they are solid, I don't know why. And there's the lap times of a class of my own. Right, so the next race is Rio, and I'm in B class for this one, which confused the shit out of me, because I always end up in C class, and then I just sat there like, wait what, why have I not done? And there we go, I get a good launch in my Evo 9? Evo 9? Yeah, Evo 9, I think. Can't even read the back of it to tell you. Gonna brake heavily into this corner, and the guy just kind of catches me in his Impreza, I believe it was. I get away from him. I'm just gonna go through this back section. I'm cutting the corners a little bit here, but only because they'll be cutting the corners and they'll catch up with me, and then there'll just be a crash because it's pretty narrow. So skip me towards the end of the race because that race was boring as shit as well. I ended up winning that one. Across the line, and yet again I take the win. The lack of competition led me to go into just a straight up C-class lobby. I ended up in with my buddy, Jamie 4RM Ireland, or Form Ireland. I'm gonna sneeze in a minute, I think. I'm in my Scion TC here, and here we go, in the rain on Sebring, not Club, yeah Club maybe? I can't remember the name yet. Get into the first corner, there's a little bit of carnage, and I just try and sneak down the inside, but I get caught on that because I've got a pretty low car. That's me into 10th, just a bit of moisture everywhere. It's quite difficult to see when you're in the race. I'm just spotting up ahead that there may be a Brazilian. I'm just wondering when he will strike, because you know what Brazilians are like in Forza lobbies. Oh, it's getting tight. Yep, here we go. And yeah, the Brazilian has struck. So I've skipped ahead a bit. We're at the end of lap 1. And the 595 is just going to come screaming right past me. I'm going to outbrake him though. I'm in a Scion, which is a very good handling build. I highly recommend if you're making a C-Class, get yourself a Scion. They're not very good in a straight line though. So the 595 is going to try and go down the inside of me, into the puddle of doom. I get 2 wheels in the grass. Luckily didn't spin, he went a bit wide. And I try and outbrake him here, and I succeed this time. Just going to dodge that puddle as well, that's a nasty one. I'm just going to keep on keeping on here. As I break into this right hander where there's a puddle on the inside, it's always a bad one that can launch you wide so easily. I'm quickly catching up with the guy in 6th here. Really hoping for a kind of mid-grid position towards the end of this race, the way it's went. I'm just going to come back down onto the straight, but that 595 is right behind me. And although I go wide, it's not really gonna like do much because 595 is going to get past me in a sec anyway here. There he goes, screaming on past. This time I'm pretty sure I'm not going to catch him because he gets past me so early on that straight. Breaking into the first corner. This time I bring it in a bit tighter. Last time I went a bit wider. But I'm hot on the tail of that 595 after just the first corner. I'm surprised I kept up with him so well. We're coming up to the puddle of doom again. I don't know if he's going to screw up here. Yeah, and this is the lap where he screws up and he puts himself back on the grass, luckily for me. I wasn't avoiding that. But I'm too busy paying attention to him, and this is what I do. I go one worse. And then I try and rejoin the track, but I know there's cars approaching, so I'm kind of like, well shit, I don't want to get absolutely donked by one of them. I didn't even realise the 595 was behind the Brazilian there. So now I'm giving chase to the 595 again. He's going to run wide there. Now I'm on to the Brazilian guy. Chasing after him. On the final lap here, we're going to hit that first sharp right hander. He catches the grass a bit, gets right into that puddle, it slows him right down. That's lucky for me. I get onto the outside line here. I'm going to brake, I'm going to come in tight here, but he cuts right across the grass anyway. He did have a bit of tarmac to play with. Luckily for me, the grass slows him right down. I'm going to come towards the end of this race, and I've finished in 7th, which isn't bad, that's mid-grid. Started with like 15 or something. There we go, across the line. Yet again, Actually a really decent lap time, one of the top lap times in the lobby. Now we're on to Kota, a track I really hate. I've got a 65 Mustang here by ECT Untouchable, I believe it is. Really good tune. So I'm going to take off, past my buddy, and yet again I'm up against this 595 coming into the first corner. I completely forget that it's a short and straight, do the braking, and there we go. I don't know how I pulled off that. You see a lot of smoke behind me here as shit finally kicks off. So here is, I can't even remember his name, something Cam. This guy just doesn't brake, look at that. So usually when a crash like that happens in the first corner, there's a bunch of people hitting into each other, it was just him. This guy is a bit of an idiot. He's gonna just go flying through there, he doesn't really care if they're crashing, he'd have hit them if he could. He's run wide there, and he's going to run wide here again. I don't know if he knows what brakes are. Oh wait, apparently he does, he dodges that. So anyway, going back to me. I'm giving chase to Vanessa, it is, in the 595. Vanessa's quite a quick driver, uses a lot of unusually fast cars. I've seen her in a few lobbies, or him. Probably him, on the Xbox. I'm properly playing my game here to catch up. I've got LRT Deadly, I think it is, behind me, or something. I can't even read it in the editor. The editor's just shit quality. I'm gonna put it on best. Hang on. Yeah, LRT Deadly. I'm screaming away from him. He's really hot on my tail this entire race. This is a good race actually. Even though that first corner happened, we get some really close racing. I'm going to properly hit that first corner this time in my Mustang. It's a really good tune, it's got like 4.4 handling, but it does its job in the corners. As you can see there, really smooth through that, and that was quite a tight corner. This is always a difficult corner for me. And just pick up the pace coming out of that corner. Get away from LRT. Try and play catch up with Vanessa. We're braking into this last corner, and if you can see on the map, there is a back marker just ahead in the second lap. Usually you get a back marker at this stage in the race and boink, you're in a wall. But surprisingly, he just did not bother with that. I'm going to play catch up here, and I'm struggling to catch a back marker, which is amazing. In the same car, 595 again, and a police design. I get a little bit sideways at the first corner there. I'm really playing catch up with two 595s now, even though one of them's in first and the other's in last. As you can see, I'm really struggling to keep up with both of them here. I've run a little bit wide here because I'm just trying to push myself too much. We're coming back down the hill towards the final corner. Try to jump into lap 4 here. Gonna just do my braking stuff, get into that corner, very nice and clean. Stick on the power as I go along the straight here. I'm still struggling to catch that 595, and that's the back marker. Did my braking job yet again. I've caught up with the back marker this time. Still struggling to get past them. I'm going to just fling into this left-hander here. It's an absolute struggle to keep up with these 595s. Into the right-hander now, and this time I don't really quite hit the apex, but I slow it and I kind of touch in a little bit. I hit the apex in that one perfectly though, recovered my line. Still struggling to keep up with this 595 though. It's unbelievable. Just going to come into the last corner here. I've caught up with Vanessa as well a good bit here. LRT is still right on my tail. If I even get a bit too sideways, he's going to get past. So now we're into the final lap. Vanessa is just kind of wide here, I don't really know what's happened. I'm going to just brake until he goes flying past. And now I'm in a tussle with last place, which is hilarious. I'm going to just let them run a little bit wider here, so I can get that inside line. Try and play that again, but it's kind of too much of a braking game. considering how well I was doing. I'm really trying to avoid this guy. I mean, fair play. I don't mind if he ain't getting out my way. If he's that quick a driver, you get what I mean, for a back marker. He's going to just outbrake me here. And LRT tries to take that inside line as well. Another back marker there, who's just came back on the track. Doesn't try and hit anybody, which is really nice. And I take the win. As you can see, that was a good race. Anyway, thanks for watching, people. Please like and sub, thank you very much. And also follow me on Twitter, I'll stick something on the screen in a couple of minutes. Potato!